when I signed up for the first one, I signed up for one. It's like, well, if the first one works, you have to do two more. I don't think anybody thought it would work, so they were like, no, one's fine. We went over schedule on that movie, and that's always a bad kind of indicator. Usually it means the film's in trouble. 9/11 happened like while we were in post-production. And so the movie ended up coming out, I think, a year after it was supposed to come out. None of us were anticipating it being in fact, it opened against two big movies, Scooby-Doo, which sounds, silly in retrospect, but those movies are, they find a very big audience. And Wind Talkers, there was a Nick Cage movie that was coming out that was a big budget movie, much bigger than us. And all three of those movies were opening on the same Friday. We were just hoping that, we could kind of make a little dent. I still remember because the Scooby-Doo made $54 million that weekend, and we made 27, which was a lot more, so we made exactly half. It completely outperformed what we thought. And then the reason that we ended up making a sequel was because it was one of those movies that, because it hadn't been driven down anybody's throat, because no one really thought it would be a hit, audiences kind of found it on their own. So every week it overperformed what they projected, and that was only because moviegoers were going, hey, you should go check this one out, it's good. And that was kind of how that kind of became our thing. It was like the moviegoers made that franchise. I really went as deep as I could on the choreography for the fighting, was because I'd never done an action movie, because people didn't think of me as an action person, and I didn't either, and I really wanted to do everything that I could to be as believable as possible. In terms of the stunts, I always defer to the stunt team, because they're great, and if it's safe enough for you to do, they'll train you up so that you can do it. Those guys just take over, and they're amazing, and you can't tell when it's me and when it's not, because they're that good. But I always try to do as much as I can, just because you can hold a shot longer. I mean, nowadays with face replacement, you could probably do anything, but back then, you could hold a fight scene longer, and if you got all of the moves right, you can do 15, 20 moves. That's the actor, the actor's really doing that. I did boxing training and martial arts training and all this stuff in the run-up to that movie, because I wanted to try to help the movie as much as I could and extend some of those shots.